Hey, Chef Corso, Outdoor Eats. I'm here to put you on the path to amazing meals on your outdoor treks. If you're going on a road trip, if you're going bike packing, if you're going camping or hiking, I've got a great recipe for you. And this is elevated outdoor meals. We are talking about fast, easy, and tasty recipes that you can cook anywhere. What we're talking about here is breakfast. And what we are making here today is maybe something a little bit different that you've never heard of, which is chilaquiles. Yes, and a stone smashed guacamole. Yeah, I found a rock right behind me, washed it off. We're gonna use that to make our guacamole here. The thing about breakfast though is you probably have your classics. You've got your oatmeal with some fruit, you've got some granola with some yogurt from your rig, and maybe you're making some breakfast burritos or breakfast tacos, something bacon and eggs, super classic, but sometimes you just get in a recipe rut and you need something a little bit different. So this chilaquiles recipe is that different recipe for you to have in the pantry to be able to cook up something super tasty for your treks. And yes, chilaquiles, it is fun to say, it is easy to make, and it is super tasty. Also, why I love this recipe, it's very customizable to what you have in the refrigerator, what you have in the pantry, and what you like to eat and flavors that you enjoy. When I was a kid, I was a little bit of a different food kid. I didn't really like cereal. I didn't like pancakes at the diner. I often asked my mom for like soup or a baked potato for breakfast. And sometimes I asked like, hey, can I have some chips for breakfast? And she's like, no, you can't have chips for breakfast. That's crazy. Well, I'm telling you that you can have chips for breakfast because chilaquiles uses old tortilla chips. So that is what we're gonna be cooking with today, with some salsa and some fresh ingredients to be able to zip it up really good. For our camp cooking setup here today, we are using a classic 2-burner suitcase style stove, a cast iron skillet. That this recipe can be made with any camp stove in any skillet. So if you're making 1 portion or 2 portions for just you and your partner, or if you're cooking for a really big group, this recipe is a great option to consider. So let's get cooking here. So this is pretty straightforward, nothing super fancy here. So we just have some jarred salsa. If you're making your own, that is fantastic. If not, you can just pick some up at the local store as you're provisioning. And then we have tortilla chips. And we are just gonna crush those in there. And we're gonna get our burner going here. Yes. I don't know about you, one of my favorite times in cooking on the road or on the trail is when I get to light the burner. Just gonna mind our heat here. We don't want it too hot. We just want a nice medium. And we are looking for that salsa to come up to a nice little bubble and it to start to hydrate our tortilla chips. And this is also a great recipe to use if you have one of these bags of chips and you have, you know, a whole bunch of crumbly bits at the bottom, or you put it in your backpack and it broke up anyway. All the chips are gonna get smashed up and be really delicious, so it's completely okay if they're already all smushed and smashed up. While that's coming up to a simmer, we're gonna look over here to our fresh herbs to be able to add on top. So I have just some nice fresh cilantro and some green onions. I'm just gonna give that a nice, quick little slice here. You know, the thing that I love about cooking outdoors is it doesn't have to be perfect. I've worked in enough restaurants where I'm looking for a perfect dice. But here and for outdoor cooking, it just has to be tasty and it doesn't have to be perfect. Man, I'm already smelling our salsa warming up over here. Also over here, I'm just gonna do a nice little rough chop of our cilantro. And if you don't like cilantro, that's okay, don't add it. But I really like it. I love that fresh flavor that it brings. I'm also gonna wedge up 1 lime. We're bubbling over here in our skillet. I'm just gonna start to stir my tortilla chips. If you're looking at this skillet and being like, Corso, this is kind of a weird recipe. Like, I don't know if I wanna have chips for breakfast. The other way you can look at this recipe is that it's deconstructed enchiladas. Because when you think about an enchilada, it's a corn tortilla that has some nice filling and some enchilada or salsa on top. So it's the same ingredients as an enchilada, just kind of mashed up and delivered in a slightly different way. But it has become a classic and a favorite on my journeys because it's really easy to cook up It's very economical on the budget, and it makes a whole lot of people happy. What I'm noticing here is that it's a little bit dry. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more salsa, because I do want it a little bit wet, and just a teeny bit of water to thin it out. Oh man, it is bubbling, it is looking good, smelling great. For this chilaquiles recipe, we're keeping it super basic. So we have some tortilla chips, the salsa in there, and you can use red or green salsa, whatever is your favorite. Then we're gonna hit it with some nice fresh herbs and some lime. You can also cook up your favorite eggs, whether that's scrambled, fried, poached, however you like them. You could also add some chorizo Mexican sausage, which is an excellent, excellent option. Or the classic bacon, sausage, ham. You could do a carnivore adventure too here if you like. And you could even use some leftover roasted chicken from Costco that's probably in the fridge right now, or some fajita veggies and some fajita chicken or steak that you maybe had from the night before. So it's really choose your own adventure about how you want to top this with veggies and freshness and protein. Our skillet is all done, it's all nice and soft, so we are going to make our stone smashed guacamole. So I've got one avocado here. And this avocado recipe is kind of the quick and dirty version where, maybe I don't want to chop up all the ingredients. I just need something super tasty because guacamole goes great on just about everything. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of that chopped cilantro, a little bit of that chopped green onion. And what I have in here is a little tote of what I call weasel ingredients. So there are a bunch of different packets: mayo, mustard, hot sauce, honey. Really great to have this in your rig. I know you probably have a whole drawer of soy sauce in your soy sauce packets in your rig or in your home right now, and this is a really, really great way to use them. So I am searching for hot sauce packet. Yes. Gonna add that hot sauce right in there. And a nice fresh squeeze of lime. And then we've got my stone for my stone smashed guacamole. I found it behind the tree, washed it off. And I'm gonna give my guacamole a really nice smash. This is a really fun thing you can do with your kiddos or your grandkiddos. Give them something to do and have them be included in breakfast prep or dinner prep. That rock is gonna really get all of our flavors mashed all in here together. Be really, really tasty, and it's really fun. Cooking outdoors should be fun. So there we go, all nice and smashed up. And we can finish our skillet of chilaquiles. Again, you can choose your own adventure as far as what you want to add on here, but that fresh cilantro, fresh green onion, big old blop of our stone smashed guacamole. Oh, that looks great. And another nice fresh squeeze of lime on there. Oh yes, smells so good this morning. And now the best part, we get to taste it. Oh, smells great. This is the best when you can taste it. What I'm tasting here is a lot of really great freshness from our lime and our herbs. The guacamole really complementing our tortilla chips. Nice, warm breakfast skillet. Again, this is a very economical option, a different option that you can include in your pantry and in your rig when you're cooking for your crew. And have something just fun, tasty, and different come breakfast time. Try this chilaquiles recipe, make it your own, add your protein, add your eggs, add your guac, but get out there, cook something tasty, somewhere awesome.